I don't know.
Right.
But
so if you don't know
yeah,
the
but
limitation
it's
to the gas
vast.
pressure, you can't use that in your argument to say that there's a simultaneous, coinciding limitation to the land also.
It's flat.
Arvin, it could be radius on the flat Earth, but it should be round.
Yeah, two-dimensional
Brilliant.
radius.
Yeah.
That's
Let's
not
say
a real
from the
radius,
center
though.
point to the end, if we have something like that.
What do
we
you
do.
mean it's not a
If
real
there is a
radius?
center
Hold on.
point, yeah.
Hold on. If you ask for a radius, just say, sure, we need radii on a flat plane. We triangulate stars with it. So you're measuring the radius around the GP, from the outside edge of the sphere. Keeps mixing up my terminology. From the outside edge of the star's GP on a flat radius to triangulate. So, yeah, you want a radius. Well, tell me which GP you're talking about, and I can give you a radius of equal altitude all around that star's GP. There you go. Which radius do you want? Let's get an almanac.
Okay, that's the radius of view, but not of Earth itself. You know?
Yeah?
That is radius of the flat Earth.
Hold on, Sasha. Do you know the limit? Do you know if there are limitations to the area of land that we inhabit, Arwin? Are there limitations to that you are aware of?
Well, in my philosophical opinion,
No,
there
don't want
must
that.
be,
No.
but we don't know how much.
No, don't want your
sorry.
philosophical opinion. Just want to know if you are aware of actual physical limitations to the ground beneath our feet.
Yes.
What are those physical limitations?
That we have a limited amount of space for gas pressure to fill. So there must also be a limited amount of ground underneath that volume.
No, that's incorrect.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, because you can have dynamic systems that could expand vastly beyond the current area that we're in. Now, does that mean that we don't need containment? No, that still applies. But that doesn't mean that the containment is relatively local. It could be in, I don't know, 1 million miles out towards that south. It's south 1 million miles, Arwin, potentially. But let's just say notwithstanding that we don't know anything about the containment, right? Therefore, we can't infer a limitation to the land. And I'm saying, do you know of a physical limitation to the land?
I just know there is an antecedent, and physical and infinity doesn't coincide.
No, I'm not saying it's infinite.
How much, though?
No. I've just said, I'll try and rephrase it. Right, regardless of the requirement for containment, that containment could be vast. So, if we just take away the requirement for containment, it's a given. We must be contained. It goes without saying. But that containment doesn't have to lie on the edge of an ice wall. There's not suddenly, well, the limitation to the land is the limitation to the gas pressure. Well, okay, if you want me to rephrase it that way, what's the limitation to the gas pressure then, Arwin?
I don't know.
Right.
But,
so if you don't know the limitation to the gas
vast
pressure, you can't use that in your argument to say that there's a simultaneous, coinciding limitation to the land also.
Yeah. Is vast the same thing as infinite, Nathan?
Vast would be more than what we've got. And I'm saying, do you know of any limitation? Because currently we've got a finite amount of land that's portrayed to us. Well, do you know of a limitation to that finite amount of land that we're shown currently, or not?
To the presupposed available things, no. There should be a limit according to that, but no, I don't know exactly what the volumetrics are of the realm. I do know it cannot be infinite space.
Finally, Sasha.
In any direction.
So when Sasha asked earlier about getting a radius to Earth itself, we don't know the boundaries, we don't know the limitations, we don't know its vastness. So how are we supposed to, first of all, ascribe a shape to it that's going to have a radius to it?
it could be cube, container, and then it's no radius. It's square. I'm saying only shit, but it could be, and it could be like Nathan said, like 1 million miles away from Antarctica, or
Sure.
That would be
but let's say 25,000 more miles from Antarctica in every direction. Like,
How about
yeah, you
32 more segments just as big as this realm
Maybe.
segment?
But
But that's what we've got to
yeah,
first
but infinity
establish.
cannot be.
So far, right?
But if we found
I'm just gonna-
that it was a
Go on. Go on, Solo. Or don't. So, in either
Go on,
paradigm, right, we've got a false dichotomy held up, a controlled opposition with a pizza pie, with an ice wall in some instances, that presents a limitation to the amount of land we have. Now, simultaneously on the globe, it's wrapping around itself. There's a finite amount of land because of its spherical nature. Now, obviously, we are appreciative of the flat territory. Therefore, spherical's immediately got a big score line put through it rather than under it. But does that then immediately infer that there is an ice wall? Well, absolutely not, as far as I am concerned. But I'm asking if anybody is aware of anything that could be considered a limitation to our actual geography.
Nah. And I wouldn't try to conflate the limitation of whatever's containing the gas to the land that it's on top of.
Agreed.
I wouldn't. Yeah. I would separate those things.
It'd be nice to infer it, a nice convenient ice wall around all the finite amount of land that's constantly going up in value because of its finite nature, and a dome over the top of it that keeps us all inside so we can't escape. Now you can't leave, right? Well, why not? Unless you show me that, I'm not going to believe it.
And how do we know this is the only one, right?
Like puddle theory.
Right.
Theory.
Yeah, something like that. But we don't know,
Puddle Mystic Meg theory, I'll add. The idea, because of the Kobayashi, I think it's called, I'm probably pronouncing it incorrectly, but a particular map that shows loads of other little puddles, if you will, with land in them beyond the territory that's mapped out. It's actually on screen now, on left. That's the Kobayashi map.
Yeah, that's a funny coincidence.
These things
but you
occasionally
don't
roll
know
around
the
at just the
dr-
right moment.
Wait, you don't know the true layout of what that map even represents, though, right? Is that Euclidean? Is the disk map that we do get to see of the Earth, is that even Euclidean? If it isn't, then why would you assume all of this is supposed to be Euclidean?
I don't assume any of that. I just say there's a map. Here's an idea. I said it was Mystic Meg theory.
Could all be flower shaped.
Exactly. It could be a spill, coffee stain.
Coffee stick.
Yeah, someone folded it up, stuck it in the pocket, got it on the. You know what I'm talking about. We don't know. We can only speculate. Therefore, I ascribed theory with Mystic Meg. There's a theory that there's all sorts of puddles that look like this. Is there? Oh, right. Who's been to one of them? Oh, right. So it's just an idea, a conceptualization.
There's also a theory of gravitational waves coming from space. Ooh.
Exactly.
Who was it
In
with
other
the
news-
cosmic egg theory? Oh shit! Go ahead. What else?
In other news, we have the Dunning-Kruger delusional Herman Munster in chat skanking Dr. Bob.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, you already know?
Yeah, he's not in the live chat. He's not in the voice chat, rather.
No, he's in Discord chat.
Yes, just degraded himself to chat skank.
Yeah.